Going to talk about a local connection to the inauguration. This amazing team of people is going to represent Michigan at the Biden inauguration. Now this year, they're part of the virtual festivities, so you're probably wondering how they will actually pull it off. Let's bring in Paula Tutman. She joins us with the secret behind what to expect tomorrow. Hi, Paula.
Hey, Karen, there's a lot of cool factor to this story. So start with, yes, there are a lot of hoops you have to jump through just to be invited to be in the inauguration. And because it's virtual, you didn't necessarily know that you were going to be in if you didn't already know. And that's what's so cool about this, because these folks, they thought they might be in it, but didn't know for sure until I called to ask them about it. They're called Michigan's Multi-Jurisdictional Mounted Police Drill Team and Color Guard.
Sergeant Mike Furlow, Saginaw County Sheriff's Department, Mounted Unit.
Deputy Joy Allier, Lenawee County Sheriff Department.
Michael Andros, Macomb County Mounted Division.
A collection of lawmen and lawwomen, retired and active duty, perched upon their worthy and talented steeds, doing what our nation was designed to do: work together, regardless of our differences, for the glory of all. And tomorrow they will represent Michigan in the inauguration festivities of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. But wait, everything is virtual. And so just putting together the performance was in itself a feat for hooves.
They wanted to cancel the parade as we knew it, an in-person parade. And they wanted to know if we could put together a video of us in a virtual parade as though we were there. Being police officers, I've videoed many forensic scenes, but I've never put together a movie where we had to have props, background, this, that, and the other.
But in the first part of January, there was inclement, icy weather because, this is Michigan.
We realized that on Saturday, we had a 10-hour break between ice storms. So we went for it.
The driving horsepower behind the unit, the co-founder, Lorenzo Veal II, who pulls talented mounted officers from throughout the state and across the border.
It's still exciting for us to participate into what we consider not a national event, but a world event. Anything that happens in America is a world event.
They leave their egos and opinions at the stall. They are a public relations dream team.
You got to be all smiles at all times. One of our rules are if a child says something to us, you stop. You stop and acknowledge that child. You have to acknowledge that child, because that's how I got into law enforcement, is that a police officer way back in the early 50s stopped and acknowledged me. And I knew then at 5, I want to be a police officer.
And tomorrow they will virtually perform in their 4th consecutive inauguration.
Michigan Multi-Jurisdictional Mounted Police Drill Team and Color Guard.
They look so good. I'm so excited for them. They did want to give a shout out to Sheriff Wickersham and Macomb County Exec Mark Hackle for finding that area, Karen, where it was kind of plain in the background and they could kind of make it look like it was kind of sort of DC, but not really DC. Just all the coordination they had to do. Amazing.
You really got to give them credit, and I love that they're like, okay, this is completely different than me shooting something with like forensics, et cetera. They really pulled it off. I have to ask, so when you called them today, you're like, Paula Tutman, Local 4, and then you're like, bam, you dropped the news, and they didn't really know that they were going to be a part of it?
Well, I called them yesterday, actually, and he said that he wasn't sure, that nothing could be announced until they were actually in, and the fact that I knew about it meant that it had been announced and blah, 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 blah. Hey, they're in. We'll see you tomorrow. Yay!
I love it.
Congratulations.
I do. I love it. I love it. All right. Thank you, Paula. Appreciate it.